Okay, so today I actually have a couple of things. I am going to try out this L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Correcting Concealer in the color 401 Bisque. This is supposed to be, sorry, there is an ice storm that hit today, and I don't know if you can kind of see my windows here, and there, but it's all filmed over with ice. But in front of me on my windshield, I've had the heater going, so it melted it, and now like there's a section of ice that's just sort of sliding down my windshield. It was a little bit mystifying to me. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this, but the thing of this is it's a correcting concealer, so it's not really meant to just sit there. It's meant to be underneath a foundation or concealer or some such to disguise. This says disguises dark circles and spots. So it's not really meant to be worn on its own. It's meant to be layered underneath a skin toned product. And the other day I did a review on first impression on the Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear, this foundation, and I didn't like it. But I saw another review on it. It was the only other one I've seen on this, because I just haven't watched any other ones. And it kind of made me feel like maybe I was wrong. You know how like you second guess yourself? I swear this is peer pressure right now. I should totally not do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do another first impression on this. And it's not really necessarily a first impression because I've already worn it, but I'm just going to do another review on this just so that, I don't know, I can feel like that I can stand by my review. Not that I care. This is makeup, for crying out loud. I'm not lying to anybody. But I just kind of feel like I just want to try it over again. I just want to try it again, and just to see if I still stand by that review. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try this out. And I'm also going to try another concealer that I tried the other day and I still don't have my thoughts together on, so we're going to do all three of those today, and I'll have a review on this concealer as well, so you can check that out too. This is the Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer, and I have a feeling this is going to be compared in the extreme to Tarte Shape Tape, because it's supposed to be full coverage and all that, so I think people are just going to naturally do that. Okay, so this is the shade Bisque in the color corrector. Now, as you can tell, I've got dark circles. I've got everything that needs to be covered on my face, under my eyes. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on, and my kids are waving to me through the window, the little rugrats. Alright, so we're just concealing, and as you can see, like, it is like already making a little bit of a difference. But the thing is this is obviously like not the same color as my skin. So, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll try to sponge it out. I have tried the L'Oreal Super Blendable Concealer, just the regular skin tone, before, and did not like it. It was very dry. Like, it just looked yucky on my skin, and that was years ago, before I was 40, and I'm talking about mid-30s, maybe like young 30s, early 30s, like 33-ish, and did not like it. So I may try it again, because I don't think I've done an actual video on it though. Alright, so there's that. I have a brush, so I'm gonna do an up-close look just to see if it's like crusty and gross. Alright, so it's not crusty and gross, this one, but it appeared that sponge kind of blended everything away, so I'm going to put a little tiny bit more and just tap it out a little bit more lightly with this brush. My biggest thing with makeup is I don't ever want it to look like it's not blended and that it's just sitting, crusty makeup sitting on top of my skin. So that's why I blend so much. And if it's wrong, oh well, I'm a regular everyday girl, and it doesn't really matter if I do my makeup wrong necessarily. Okay, so as for how it looks on the skin, it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit right on top of here, because It's supposed to be for like dark spots. I'm even going to put some right around here, even though it's not really made for that. I'm still going to do it just so we can kind of see what we can expect from this. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and put the foundation on, because this is how I would do my, actually I totally just did that wrong, but in my everyday life, if I'm not doing a review, I do foundation first, then concealer, and then my color cosmetics. So, but because this is supposed to be layered underneath, we're going to go ahead and on this eye, I'm going to put the foundation over top. On this eye, I'm going to use a concealer. I'll probably end up using a concealer on both eyes, but you get the idea. So we're going to try the 24-hour Fresh Wear. It's just, it's really separated in the thing. And that's after I've already shaken it up and everything, but I'm going to try it with a sponge this time, because the other girl used a sponge, and I thought, well, maybe. Shampoo. There's a shampoo or a hand soap that smells like this scent. Hand sanitizer is what this kind of smells like. So there's a fragrance in it. It didn't burn my eyes that I can remember. And that pump of about half a pea size, I just used that up. It's soaked up with my sponge, so I'm just not the biggest fan of that. I might try a brush on the other side. I think I only used a brush last time. It's just really thin, like the formula is really thin, so it's gonna end up soaking up the product, the sponges. And before I started filming, I primed my skin with this e.l.f. makeup mist-in set, so if I get a different result, it might be because of that. I cannot remember if I primed my skin at all last time. I'll put that in the comment or in the description or whatever. Okay, so, and in the mirror, and this is the same thing the other day, in the mirror, in the viewfinder, on camera, it was looking great, but when I looked up close, it just looked bad, so it's still looking bad. I don't know what people are looking for when they do their makeup. Are they looking for an undetectable foundation, or do they not care if you can kind of see it? Because you can kind of see it. I'm just going to dab this on and try not to get too much. I know that was a problem last time, so let me go ahead and use my concealer brush. Try and buff that out. I'm going to try and stay as far away from my concealed area as possible, so I can kind of save it for regular concealer. Yeah, I feel like I'm in one of those experiments where everybody's looking at something in the sky. There's nothing there, but they're all looking up there, so every person that comes by looks up there too, just because everybody else is doing it. I'm ashamed of myself for being able to admit that. But I just felt like, just in case I was wrong, you know, because you never want to be too big to say you were wrong. This concealer actually is really similar in shade to that correcting concealer, so I don't know how much of a difference this is actually going to make. And I'll just go ahead and put some here too, just so we can kind of even it out, see how it works. Yeah, I can just see this foundation all over my skin. Now it could be, because this does sometimes happen, it could be that the foundation is just the wrong shade, and I have found that if you have a perfect or an extremely good match, shade match, the foundation looks less detectable on your skin. I have just found that to be true in so many, and sometimes too, like if people don't have the same skin color as you, it looks better on them. I've known several people that I watch on YouTube that will have a medium skin tone, And every foundation that I try that they have recommended has looked bad on my skin. Not because they're lying to me, but just because the color of my skin, it just didn't work for that foundation. And I can just see like the color of this foundation is not the same at all, and it looks really not right. Sorry, my lips are really dry. So, as far as the concealer goes, I've got so many layers of color on my face right now that my under eyes don't look terrible, but they don't really look great. You know what I'm saying? The more layers of foundation you put on, the more bad it's going to look. I'm just going to put a little bit extra right in this dark hollow right there. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. But I mean, this goes to show people that, like, not everybody can do their makeup exactly the same. It's going to have to be different for different people. Because I have different things that I need to cover on my face. Excuse me while I get a tissue. Than some 20-year-old girl, even if she is a makeup artist, you know, she's not going to have, most likely, all this deep set wrinkle sagginess going on right here. I do because I'm 40 years old. So take every review you watch with a grain of salt. I always say that I'm here for entertainment purposes. I'm not here to really teach you much. I'm just here for entertainment purposes, and I'll probably do a whole video on the philosophy of my channel and stuff. So again, here's a little bit of a close-up look. I'll wear it for the rest of the day, of course, and update my thoughts in the description or in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please like, subscribe. If you liked being entertained, I would really appreciate it. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.